I'm preoccupied with trying to get things done. I've made the gingerbread, as I said, and I've made the Louboutin spice, which is a German gingerbread spice, and you can just keep that in a jar. Um, so anytime you need to use it, you've got your spice already mixed. You have to do all your different spices and just add your whole teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of that. So that's what I was doing earlier. And hi, Beverly. How are you? Good to see you. Um, I got a message a while ago about, 10 minutes ago, and it kind of unnerved me. And I thought I really wasn't planning to come on. And I wanted to see y'all, but when things are going and y'all have it at your house, you sometimes you just don't feel like talking. Sometimes you don't feel like being involved. And hi, Debbie. Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Grandma Teresa. Hi, Beverly. We're doing okay. We're doing fine. It's just freezing here. Other than that, I think it's cold all over the country. I'm pretty sure. Um, Let me see if I can. I had one of the followers, I'm not going to name any, but you can pray for this follower grandson. That's what got me so unnerved. I was cleaning up the kitchen after I'd made the gingerbread dough to get it put in the ice box. A text came in, and she said that her little grandson is very, very ill. Um, they have tried to take blood, or did take blood from him, but it took an act of Congress to hold him down to get it, and they don't know if it's a viral infection. They don't know what it is. So in Jesus' name, we're going to pray. I think his name is Roe. Dear Heavenly Father, I pray that you will place your hands on Roe, where we all pray together. We know, God, that you can work miracles. Please work it. Please work it for this little boy. It's no Christmas for him or his family. Lord, we know that you are the great physician, and you can heal him from the top of his head to the bottom of his feet. I ask it in Jesus' name. Amen. Now, we all say that prayer for that little boy because it's not right when a child, and I know I've lost one, when a child is sick, the parents don't know what to do. The doctors, they don't have a clue. Then you become just hopeless. And when a parent is hopeless, they just have a terrible time. And this is a time of year that we should be joyful and enjoying Christmas, not being in a hospital, not being in a laboratory, worrying about our children. And that's what I seem to do still to this day is when we lost my nephew in the car wreck and his girlfriend hit a pecan tree, killed them both. He was my favorite person in the world. He was so intelligent. And if he was sick all his little life. So I know how it is. I know where they're coming from, the grandparents, everybody's stirred up over it. And all we can do for this nation and for anyone that's sick is just pray for them. That's all I can tell you. I can't stress it enough. And I try to fix things in my own life or fix things in people's lives, and it always ends up that I'm praying to God because that's the only place I've ever found any relief. So thank you for listening to my little need. I know we all have needs, and if you could just keep the Little Boy Roe in your prayers, I know his grandmother and his family would be greatly appreciated. And she's one of us. She's one of our followers. Let me see what questions we got here. I'm going to go back a little bit. Beverly White, I know it's 30s. Grandma Teresa, thank you. It's supposed to be in the low 20s. In South Carolina. Yeah, yes, all the prayers, thank you. Yes, Beverly, I know. Lucy Girl, prayers for healing. Debbie, all y'all, it's when a child's sick, you just become, you don't know what to do. I got these fever blisters, and I've tried to put medicine on them. Now, willow water, it might heal them. I don't know. I haven't tried putting it on there. It heals a lot of stuff. But these fever blisters, I get them every year. I think it's because we come in out of the summer months and we start in the heat in the house, start the heat up, the fireplaces, the stoves, and all that. I think that has something to do with it. But y'all, that parade the other night got me. I got so cold that I'll never do it again because it literally, I was so cold. I don't know how the people stood it, but I mean, I did, but I was wrapped up and it was still cold. Camp Openique, Beverly, that's right. I remember Camp Openique for fever blisters. You know what I usually do is I'll go get a daub of alcohol and pop it on there, but it burns like fire. But that's what I need to do. It just got bad today, this one. I haven't had any besides this one this season. And it's just a bacterial of skin. But I think a lot of it has to do with the heater in the house. Yeah, Dorothy, acyclovir. I just have to be careful taking any kind of pill. I don't take any kind of pills. Doctors want to just fill you up with all kind of pills. And I think to myself, why do I don't want a bunch of pills. I've already taxed enough. My body don't need a bunch of medicine. Thank you, Rebecca Beeler. It's so dry and cold right now for us. My hands and lips are terrible. Dorothy has a cold sore. Yeah, they're not even fun. They kind of hurt. And now, when I smoke cigarettes, I miss it. I won't say I don't, but I won't let myself do it. I had cold, I guess it's the cigarette. I don't know. The one of you that smoke, you know. So my mother never smoked a cigarette. She never drank a drop of liquor. That's why I guess at 92 she looks so dang good. I tell you, some of these crazy people, they say some of the craziest stuff, and they don't need to get me mixed up because I'm a half-wit anyway. You say something to me and get me mixed up, and I go off this way, and the train's going that way, so that's why I just click them off. It wasn't nothing bad, it's just crazy. They just talk this crazy stuff, and I try to wrap my brain around it. At least y'all speak in good English, but you get me mixed up. Like I told y'all, when they handed out brains, I wasn't in line for them. Lucy girl, my doctor put me on statin. I've been reading about how bad they are. I think I need to get off of it. I've been on statins for my blood pressure. Gary Brown, hi Billie Jean, hi Gary. I used to love smoking. Quit 38 years ago. Well, I've only quit about, probably 8 years, maybe. And it was just something we all did. I guess we all did. Not everybody here, but a lot of us. Uh, it was kind of a social thing, you know. You drank and you smoked in the '80s and '90s, and went to concerts and all that stuff. And being in the bigger cities, New York, Dallas, wherever they had all those big nightclubs, and everybody smoked cigarettes. Um, Dorothy says she only takes pills when she gets a cold, sore, a Breva. I've heard of that. I don't have any. David says statins are safe for the mass majority of people. Bad lipid levels are more unsafe for sure. You know, David, I think my cholesterol, I've got too much of the good cholesterol. Um, Dorothy says she never smoked, but her husband did, and her oldest son and wife did. I'm the only one in my whole family that smoked. My sister, nobody I know smoked except me, but I was kind of the wild child, you know. That's why I'm worse than a damned old mule now because I'm in worse shape than any of those put together. So that right there tells me that you don't drink, you don't smoke, and they're in good shape. My mother is in excellent shape. You know, sometimes get a UTI or whatever we've talked about before. But I'm going to tell you, at 92, I won't be here to even probably 82. I don't know. That's up to the good Lord. Get Unigella. Yeah, those gingerbread cookies, I have to put them in. You can put those, when you watch that video, uh, you can put those in your ice box for make the dough and you can put it in there for 3 hours just to get it cold, then you can bake them, or you can keep it up to about 4 days. This is a good recipe, the one that I've put on. It's an old German recipe for gingerbread, and I don't think you can go wrong with it. I've used it forever. I'm not even sure where I got it. I think I might have gotten it from an elderly lady that I knew a long time ago that worked in the shoe department. She got me this recipe. I'm pretty sure this is the one, but it's sure good. If you like gingerbread, you use your dark molasses. Get that molasses that don't have sulfur in it, and it's a sweeter molasses. Lucy girl, shoot, I love anything. I like any kind of sweets. I like shortbread though. Lucy girl said she loves shortbread. I love shortbread too. Debbie, it's a good recipe. Gary said his mother and dad used to put up with his smoking. Yeah, my mother, now my dad did smoke because I remember, I brought back a memory, Gary. My mother said my dad would get in the car and they would be going to the farm from the house in the city on the weekend, and he would get in that car and roll the windows up and smoke, and us kids and her in there, and she said she never did say a word, but she said he'd choke us to death. I've heard her say he would just choke me to death, and you kids in that car, I don't know what he is a thinking. So that's just, you know, I mean, if you smoke, that is something we used to do. You know, I don't know. Yeah, that German, I was looking here, I'm at my desk, that German gingerbread, see that list. So we have something to talk about because I just wanted to pray for that little baby, that little boy. That's why I came on. I thought when there's a group of people praying, the Lord will, you know what I'm saying. that has the German gingerbread has, see, it has all that spices. I'm looking here just a minute, hold on. Most of the German gingerbread that is adapted for the United States, or they list the ingredients. And if you make this spice, it has all the same ingredients that you would put into your German gingerbread, like your cinnamon, your nutmeg, your cloves, coriander, cardamom, ginger, and your anise. Then it even asks for a teaspoon of allspice. But if you get that all mixed together and keep it in an airtight container, then you just have to take about 2 teaspoons per gingerbread recipe instead of having to get all those little bottles and stuff out to measure it. Rebecca says it's cold in Kansas, 20 degrees. Gosh, there's a lot of places it's 20 to whatever degrees. Oh, Wanda, I haven't had a chance to put up, she asked me if I had any chance to put up any of my beautiful decorations. No, to be honest, no. We've had doctor's appointments. We've had, there's always something going on here. And I guess that's with everybody. You know, this day and age, there's always something going on. And I try to make a time to set out to get something done, but you know, I start doing it and then the phone rings, something's happened. Mother needs something and I get sidetracked. I'm telling y'all, I think I'm getting that D word, my brain, because I get to where I can't assimilate things. I can't. Used to, I was Johnny on the spot with everything. I would immediately jump to it. Never forget a drop of anything. Never forget anything in the recipe. Now I have to label stuff because, and it could be, it might not be the big D word. It could be because I have so much going on my plate. You know, I have a lot going on. If y'all hear my stomach growling, I've eaten. I got in there smelling that gingerbread, and I want some of those so bad. But you have to wait. You can't just cook them. And then I want to make some of those Lindt cookies. I don't know if y'all ever made those. Those are the ones that have the window pane in them with the jelly. I want to do those. There's a cranberry Lindt cookie that's good. Then there's that Lindt tart cookie. So stress, David, I know, and I don't like stress, but it's just part of life. And when you're a caregiver, that's one thing. And then you have my family members, brother-in-law with cancer, stepbrother with cancer, my mother, my sister is not well. I had to take her. I didn't even say anything because everything I forget sometimes. That she called me the other night and said that her blood pressure was really high, y'all. It was high. And I said, well, we've got to go to the ER. I said, we just got to go to the ER because you don't want to let something like that. And it was high, way over hundreds. You know, it's high. I don't remember exactly, but so we got over there and I sat and I took mother because I didn't want to leave her at home by herself that late at night because it was after around 12, 11. And so I just didn't feel comfortable. So I just got her in the car, got her coat on, got her in the car, and off we went. So it's always something like that. And you just have to do what you got to do, you know. And like I've told you, I'm doing the best that I can. So that's true. Dorothy loves date pinwheel cookies. Wanda Allen Linzer cookies. I didn't know the window pane name. Yeah, that's a good cookie. And I see I take 3 or 4 recipes that I've collected. Uh, but on that Australian Linzer cookie, I like the basic old recipe, which is, let me see, it's the butter, the egg yolk, cinnamons, lemon flour, almond flour. That's what makes it is the almond flour. Uh, from I've had some that were more of a shortbread, and they didn't have the almond in them, and I don't like those too much. But we'll get those. Rebecca wants to know how to make a Swiss roll. Well, we'll do that. Those are simple, pretty simple. Uh, there's a trick. Noel Van Meter, hello. BG, and big howdy to everyone in the chat. I'm glad you could join us, Noel. Dorothy says her mom lived with them and had Alzheimer's. Well, it's prevalent nowadays. I'm not so sure that it's not eating out all these tin cans and all this pre-made food. That's why I try to stay away from it. You'd think my brain might be a little better, but it will. Once I get things settled down, I think that can cause anybody stress. Oh, and I was going to tell y'all, thank you. We got to 2,000, over 2,000 followers. So that's somebody, I guess, likes to hear what I have to say or do. But thank you, because one day we'll get on up there with the rest of the people. If not, that's okay too, because I enjoy it either or. I'm just here because I want to be here, and I enjoy seeing y'all's comments, and maybe I can make something better in your life today that maybe you wasn't getting along too good, and then when I come on, we start conversing, and now it's better for all of us. Melinda Roth, oh goodness, I'm late. No, you're not, Melinda. You're always on time. I'll just say it that way. Thank you, David, on the followers. Dorothy loves us, and Granny Pat too. Yeah, I didn't talk to Granny Pat this evening. I texted her last night, and she was going to town today. Not the town, she lives in town, but not like me. She was going into maybe see her daughter, maybe see Jan. I'm not sure. She told me, but if I don't take notes, Granny Pat and I'll probably come on Sunday live. If she's feeling like it, then, because this is two different, I do my own and then we do hers, and she, Lucy girl, truly, see my stomach's just growling. Y'all hear it? It's awful. No, I get these off of Temu. Everybody gripes at me for buying off of Temu. I love it. I've never had one iota thing that was stole from me or my account, but what I do, and I'll shout it from my top of my lungs, I go to Walmart and I get a Visa money card from Walmart that you add money to, so you don't give out your regular account number, and you use that for online. Just when you go to Walmart, buy you one of those. It's $7. I've had mine so long. It costs about $5 to load, $100 or $200 or $300. I don't know, but it's like $7 initially. But then you don't have to worry about. And you can put cash on it, or you can use your, so you don't give out your bank account number. And so I just started buying from Temu, and I thought, some of the stuff is kind of, you just kind of have to watch. Some of it's kind of crappy a little bit, but not these these hats that I buy. $6, 6.25. You can't buy the material, and I sure wouldn't. Nobody, I would charge somebody $50 to try to sew this up and put the crown in it and all that. It's just not worth it. Uh, Melinda, I love these lives. Wanda, I made snickerdoodle bars and sausage balls. Finger food is my downfall. Oh, you ought to see my waist. That's finger food, cakes, pies. Uh, these numbers come into my. Well, okay, I'll Can't hear me. Okay, hold on, hold on. Okay, it's back. Right? Is it back? Good. Yeah, that you'd think this late in the evening there wouldn't be telemarketers, but there are. I guess there are. Sometimes I think about getting a separate uh, number to, but they'd finally get it, So I don't know what we was talking about. I got a hole in my chin. I don't know what we was talking about, but I guess I guess I got interrupted, so we'll just start on a new stream. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm glad that y'all can hear me now. Everybody's saying yes, 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 yes. Okay, at, le- at least we got it. But I didn't want to stay on here too long anyway because I have got some things I need to get done even before bed. It's a chore to get washing done and get the house straightened up. This house is not straightened up because I've got too much stuff. It needs to be dusted and all that. I just can't. I can't do it all. I cannot do it all. So I'm doing the best that I can. Uh, oh, Wanda Allen, that's what the medical advantage. She said, will anybody be glad that December 7th is the last day for Medicare advertising and phone calls from Humana? So tired of seeing these advertisements. Lord, I guess that's what keeps calling me, but uh, they probably have this number uh, dealing with my mom. I bet. Didn't even think about it till now. I bet that's what it is. I bet that's what it is. Um, yeah, Dorothy, I'm pretty busy. Tonight was I hope y'all remembered to, I don't know how people do, but you can get it online, is the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the cartoon that I put on today's video at the end, that little clay sculpture of the that Burl Ives and all them did when we were children. Uh, it comes on tonight, or it did come on tonight on NBC, uh, and I think that's something that kids would enjoy. So I hope that y'all. I don't know. I'm not sure how people do. We used to record stuff, and now I don't know. I guess you can find it on YouTube. I don't know how people do anything now that we don't have video record and stuff like that. So, hi Sheila. I'm doing okay. Um, um, we said a prayer. One of my followers' grandsons is sick, Sheila, and at the first of the program. That's one reason I came on, because I got this text message from somebody and said that their grandson was sick, and I thought I've got to drop this and we've got to go say a prayer, because that's very uh, that's just something that shouldn't happen. Children shouldn't be sick. You know, when you get older, I understand, but a child doesn't deserve none of that. Melinda, you like Chris? She said she loves listening to Christmas music. Um, I do to a certain point, you know. Uh, if it's the old classics, I like those. Some of the newer stuff, I don't. My mother likes to watch Andre Renault. Um, I promised I'll take her to see that when he comes to the United States, and he came, I think, last year, but we couldn't get tickets. So I told her one day I will get her tickets to see Andre Renault. That's the biggest production. It's all on YouTube. If you don't know who he is, look up and Andre Reneau. I think. I'm not sure how you spell it. Dorothy likes those Hallmark movies. Now, Dorothy, my mother loves them. Yeah, she loves them. I feel like that I just can't sit still. Now, one of my friends, which is her son's a singer up here, the next place. She wrote one of those. It's called Dorothy wrote "Come Home for Christmas" or something. They've made 3 or 4 movies out of her script, and so that's good. You know, I mean, she's just a good lady, and she, for some reason, possibly though, because her son is a country and western singer, and probably he got her to be able to get that produced through Hallmark, or I'm not sure who. Uh, Mother's been watching a few of them, Dorothy, those Christmas Hallmark movies. They're good. You know, she enjoys them, because I'm so sick of all the other stuff. I may start watching them myself. I just feel like there's too much romance in them, and oh, this one and that one, and the storylines seem so similar that I think they may have changed some of the names, and I think, oh, I think I've seen that, and then it's a different Hallmark movie. Y'all that If y'all not been to any of the Christmas parades, I guess your towns all have Christmas parades. Uh, it's just too cold to get out there, and I was glad the other night to see the Clydesdale horses. I hadn't seen them in a long time, and I did a video, but as you know, I'm not very suave in doing that. And I got the I got the video of the Clydesdale horses, so that was fun. I was glad to see them, and I think there's a different breed this year because it had a different, on the big truck that follows them. It had a different kind instead of Clydesdale. It was some other kind of horse, but they look very similar. They're just black, jet black, but they're beautiful, y'all. Their coat, well, they keep them up, but those bells on and their coats were solid black, and they were just, their manes were all braided, and it was just beautiful. Very, very lovely. Not much uh, comments this late in the evening, I guess. I don't know. But I wanted to come on and so we could pray for one of our followers' grandsons. I wanted to get that done. I've already said this, I know. But that was very important to me because what we can do for each other, if we can say one word or show some compassion, that's all it takes, and we have to do that in our lives because there's so many. Daddy always said, son, if you can do one thing for a person, one thing, genuinely, I can't say it. If you can do something for one person and help that person, you're doing more than most ever do. But I feel like that whatever I can do to help someone, that's what I'm meant to do. I was put here to do that. Because there's been times I've been down and needed a little lift. Somebody come along and did it. So I try to do what I can, and I know y'all do too. I've got some great followers. You're all very compassionate. I can tell by your comments. But that's what we have to do to get along in life, is just try to make do and think about our family and our neighbors. Let me see if there's any more. Melinda liked the band that was played. Rebecca took her neighbor grocery shopping today. She has no car. See, that's what I'm saying. You've got to help other people. Yeah, you've got to. Rebecca's doing spring cleaning. Well, I thought this would be winter cleaning. I guess it could be spring cleaning. Spring cleaning in the winter. I don't know. Yeah, the prayers for the little boy, they will be well appreciated, I am so sure. Just like all the prayers that y'all send for me and my family, I send for y'all too. It's a blanket prayer, but it gets there, I'll promise you. And that's the main thing. But we're doing okay. I'm going to try to get Granny Pat on here this weekend so we can have our little tete-a-tete. And then I'm going to do some more Christmas things. And again, I just want to say thanks for the followers. Thanks for being my friend. And that's about all I've got to say this evening. I've got to go get Mother her medicine and make sure she's doing okay. So y'all remember to enjoy life. And we'll have another chat before long. I'll talk to you soon. Good night.